Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, coming at you with another video. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to check out what we're doing, and subscribe if you haven't yet, and also go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done that as well, because I like getting likes and subscribes. It's fun to come in and check in with you guys and see that I've got some likes and subscribes and things like that, so very much appreciated. I want to jump right into today's topic because this is something that I've been meaning to cover for a little bit, and I've just been so busy with all the live stuff and the podcast and all that stuff that I hadn't really had time. So I wanted to go over some of the stuff that Andrew House has been saying, who was really, he's kind of really taking a lot of shots, and what basically he says about Microsoft is that they're desperate as far as working on the Xbox Scorpio, and he's talking about their reaction, how to react to the console. So he says, what exactly would be the purpose to react to a console we've become aware of recently and isn't going to be launched for another year? I don't see Scorpio and think it's a potential problem. I see it and know they were caught unaware. The difference is not significant enough to give pause. It's them reacting to what has been done and trying to undermine the PS4 Pro in advance of its launch. But we have the largest user base. Publishers will cater to us first. PS4 Pro isn't going to be neglected in favor of Scorpio. Maybe there'll be some Scorpio games that look better than some of the PS4 Pro games, but it'll mean little in the grand scheme of things. It's clear to me that they made a desperate move and they're planning on releasing it towards the end of 2017. By the time it launches, Pro would have sold between 5 and 10 million consoles, and by the time it starts getting into the swing of things, PS5 will be on the horizon, and the leap between them will be significant because it will represent a generational leap. The only losers in this scenario will be the few Scorpio buyers who buy into the late move by Microsoft, because it's not only late, but it's also not significant enough that those who have bought a PS4 Pro will somehow feel like they've lost out. So basically what he's saying is that Microsoft is desperate, they're reactive to the PS4 Pro, and that it's gonna be a situation where they're gonna release that, and then a couple years later, 2 to 3 years later, Sony's going to be ramping up the PS5 anyway, and it's going to be a significant leap. But I kind of disagree with that. I think that any kind of thing, 4K is going to be the next thing. So whatever 4K 60 is, I think once you get to that point, that's huge. And I also find it funny that they're saying that there's not a significant gap there, but a 4.2 teraflop with that old Jaguar CPU and that limited bandwidth memory compared to the 12 gigs of memory, the Zen and the over 6 teraflops in the Scorpio. That's a huge difference. You know what I mean? Not a huge difference would be the teraflop and the power difference between the PS4 and the Xbox One standard, But then when you're talking about the Scorpio to the Pro, there's a huge difference there. So it's not some games that are going to look better on Scorpio. It's every game is going to look better on Scorpio, just because that's how it is. They're going to be using the PC versions of the game. So I think that he's kind of talking out of his ass a little bit with this, and he kind of sounds very conceited, and to me, it sounds like they're kind of basically a little bit damage controlling. They're a little bit fearful of what's going on with Microsoft, and I think that that's a situation where Microsoft is really going to come in and swoop this out. So, and then he also plays it down like a few people that would, a few people that are going to buy it. Like, seriously, a few people. There's going to be millions of people that flock to the Xbox Scorpio. Why? Because you're years away from a PS5, and the Scorpio is a true 4K gaming machine. You're going to be able to do like real VR on it, not that little kiddie play school VR stuff that the PlayStation 4 does, and you're going to get real 4K textures and graphics and all this stuff. So there's a huge difference. So while Sony is trying to, they really do come across kind of like dicks, and they're sitting there like trying to downplay it, that's all it is. You downplay what you're afraid of, and obviously, they're afraid of it, you know what I mean? And I think that, and they kind of prove it with this, and with the interviews that they're doing, you can tell that they're the ones that are backpedaling and trying to do better and trying to make things seem like they're not as bad as they are. They want they're trying to appease their fans, basically, and say, well, don't worry, it's all going to be fine, we're PS5 eventually, and it's not going to be a big difference, but there's a huge difference between upscaling something to 4K and native 4K, so, and there's a big difference between the console version versus, say, a PC version, which is what Scorpio is going to get. So I think that that's definitely interesting. Make sure you guys subscribe, like I said, rate, comment, and all that good stuff. Hit me up on Twitter at @_Crapgamer or Xbox Live MOH Crapgamer. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a craptastic day. Rack 'em up, Crapgamer out.